This band and our podcast couldn't be possible without these folks. So without any further ado, here is a shout out to our sponsors. Pure Body Benefits is passionate about delivering exceptional client care and advanced skincare treatments. From laser hair removal to rejuvenating facials, their expert team is ready to guide you through your skincare journey. Contact them today at purebodybenefits.com. Multiple studies have shown that acupuncture, either alone or in combination with conventional medicine, can help treat conditions such as back, joint, neck, shoulder pain, or internal like digestion, anxiety, stress, fatigue, sleep, or skin health, depression, inflammation, weight loss, etc. If you want help with any one of these things, make sure you get a hold of modernacupuncture.com. They're located in Fort Worth, Texas, in the Alliance area. If you like getting into competitions for fishing, well, go no further. Please check out basschamps.com. Bass Champs, Texas' #1 tournament. These guys are the #1 in leading tournaments all over the place, so make sure you check them out at basschamps.com. Located only 15 minutes from Denton and Fort Worth, the Mule Barn in Justin, Texas takes pride in treating every person like locals. Whatever walk of life you come from, they want to serve what everyone wants: delicious food, world-class entertainment, and cold drinks. So if you haven't been there and you're close by, make sure you go check out the Mule Barn in Justin, Texas. You can find them at mulebarntexas.com. I've been playing at this place for more than a decade. Folks, it doesn't get much better than when you go to the Blue Bayou in North Fort Worth. You talk about a backwoods gym. This is it. If you're looking for the real Texas experience, live music, great food, Southern cooked, feel at home, feel like you can just watch the ball game, get a steak, get food, whatever it is you want. You want to see live music? They've got it 7 nights a week. So make sure you go out and check out the Blue Bayou, located at 12670 Morris Dido Newark Road, Fort Worth, Texas, and follow them on Facebook. All right, let's get on with the show. Here's our next episode of Blood in the Water podcast, hosted by Justin Ross and Deadwood Revival. Welcome, everybody, to episode 5 of Blood in the Water. My name is Justin Ross. As always, with me, the boys here, Mr. Corey Weiss, Mr. Bob Simmons, and Mr. Aaron Capers. Hello, gentlemen. How we doing this week?
Good.
Fantastic.
What's happening?
Yeah, man. You guys been busy this week. We've all been busy this week.
Yeah.
How's should we pick up from where we left off? How's school going?
I'll let you start that one if you like.
And next topic, moving right along. So that answers that.
Yep, that's pretty much how it's been right there in a nutshell.
But I tell you, at the same time, like August feels like it was last week, and August feels like it was 2 years ago. Like it's just time rolls weird when you're as busy as that. But the crying season is almost done, so we'll take heart in that and be able to move on to actually teaching the kids instead of making them cry.
Corey, you've been a lumberjack for the last 4 months, and I see that you have finally managed to chop down an entire forest.
Yeah, I could build another house.
How many chainsaws have you gone through?
Dude, I'm using 3.
And these are your chainsaws that you're going through?
2 of them are mine. I had to go get the big one from my dad's house. I have one tree, my other 2 they didn't have enough power to push through. They kept overheating.
Okay.
That could be dirty motor, but I'm not wanting to clean a motor right now. Just want to get through the tree, clean that motor later, especially if that chainsaw's already over there at my dad's.
Nice.
Small facts in the world.
There you go.
How you doing, AC? How are things, man?
Man, they're going. It's just crazy. This is always something. Just a series of 12-hour days.
Yeah.
bit much.
Tomorrow will be a 15-hour day for me.
That's what today is for me. That's
Yeah.
my Tuesday.
Yeah,
you both like honestly look like you've just been beat to shit by the ringer. Like just some were you teaching or were you at one of AC's wrestling matches? Because you kind of both look like it.
Did I tell you, man? It's like you don't, like I read somewhere that the brain consumes something like 40% of all the calories that we intake. And like when you're trying to find a different way to explain the same thing to 30 different kids, all of whom like care and understand on this spectrum. Some kids, they have to hear something. Some kids, they have to read something. Some kids, they have to see you do something. Some kids, you have to go and shake their hands and do something. And each one of these kids is different. And they got all these different things. Some of these kids like are easily triggered. Some of these kids just couldn't care less. And having to be on because like it's not a factory job where I could just go and turn my brain off and do nothing. Like I gotta at least do a really good job of pretending to give a shit, which I do. Don't get me wrong. I love it. It's just this time of year it gets a little tiring just for basically like the first 3 weeks of October. And then as soon as that's over, then we get to start working on really fun stuff that they always get kind of amped up about. So we're like right at the dirty tail end where we come in, tire screeching, car on fire, dumpster fire, but it's like that close to being over. Like this week, it's over. We got fall break next week. So
Mickey's in the corner puking his guts out. Sheriff walks up. Oh my God.
If I make it through to Friday, man, I'm good.
Good for you, man. Good for you. It's full on Drumtober for me. Drum/Bandtober.
Yeah.
So I have that for a little bit longer.
I'll have you know, AC, we went to dinner the other night on Friday, and then we got a wild hair up our ass to go to Hangman's House of Horrors. That place used to be really good, man. It's not so much anymore. That's like haunted house on economy vibe.
Man, haunted house has changed, dude. COVID absolutely changed a lot of things. Like even just working at the cutting edge, like we don't do the full on makeup anymore, which is a really, really, really big part of the production.
Sure.
For certain things they did that, jump scares that are meant to happen, they tend to happen a lot easier when you can look at somebody and go, oh, that's oh shit, that might be skin. You know what I mean? Just for a split second. So like a mask or something like that.
Right.
But COVID changed a lot of that. So like that aspect is gone in a lot of places. Hangman's is probably a part of that too. Like they made big changes during COVID to where like you can only be but so close in certain areas. And it kind of took a lot out of it, in my opinion.
Well, yeah, it's like the haunted house started off. Oh, pretty good. It started off pretty good. And then as we got down to like the middle of it, like there was no music playing. There was nothing. We were walking through a room. It was lit up. Like it wasn't dark. It was just bright. And I'm like, what are we doing? What is this? I paid $39 to see this. And
$39?
$39, man. Yeah. And I supported it because Alan Sturgeon, my boy, he owns that place. So it's like I usually go each year. I try and go every other year, and I'll go out there and support him. But it was like, man, come on, dude. Like, sometimes it's not about how long the house needs to be. I'll tell you one of my favorites. Out there off like 287 towards Waxahachie, there's one that's like out in the sticks, and it's like 4 double-wide trailers all connected together. And when you get out there, they make you sign a waiver as you're going in. Like, we're not responsible for anything that happens to you here. And that's the shit that terrifies me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's the one where I'm like, okay, I basically just signed a court order saying if I get my arm chopped off, they're not responsible for that. So if some dude comes at me with a hatchet, do I hit him or what do I do here? So yeah, we were, Do what?
It's also in that waiver. You cannot strike talent.
Totally. Yeah. Well,
Yep.
At that one, they're like, the actors will spit at you, cuss at you, throw shit at you, and you are allowed to touch them. But if you touch them, they're going to touch you. And I'm like, I see what you did there. I see what you did.
Man, I got 3 chainsaws I could bring. Y'all want to go?
It's weird, man.
Hey, I thought we could bring this. Like, that's what we can't bring in our own chainsaw. What the fuck?
Spooky season is like my favorite time of year.
Totally.
Like October. I feel like I used to laugh at people when they would be like, some people are like, oh, during winter time, I get all sad and depressed because of the weather and stuff. And I used to just always laugh at that. I'd be like, you are weak. But I've noticed more and more, I get that during summer. Like I am so just over the heat, the long days. Like when the sun starts to go down to the south and the nights get longer, I absolutely love it. And horror movies are my favorites. Like I love that. But I haven't been to a haunted house in over 15 years. I have no idea why. I don't know why. Just maybe a little too peoply for me. I don't know. Like I don't like.
Could be that.
I don't like standing in lines. Just like rural.
I also understand that too.
Yeah. Maybe I should go. Maybe I should take Sarah.
We went early so that we didn't catch the lines. And usually they're pretty good about sending you in your group. Whatever group it is you come with, that's the group that goes through. Yeah. But it was so like confusing as to what am I doing here when we got about halfway through that I was like, whoa, what the hell am I doing? I'm just in a room for 4 rooms. It was just lit up. I felt like it was really cool looking. There was a bunch of like mushrooms and stuff painted on the walls. Like, man, I should have taken some fungus and walked through here. But I didn't feel, it wasn't scary by any means. Like, there was nothing where I was like, ow, old spook house. And then, of course, you get to the back end of it. Then you start going through the machine shop and all the stuff through there that I've been through before. And then you get out to the back and there's 2 dudes chasing you with chainsaws and shit like that. Of course, Glenda Peter Pants. So
they should do a haunted house where like there's no ghosts or like gore or like anything like that. But it's like you go in and it's like they're treating you like you work in like a cubicle and they're like asking you for your TPS reports and like everything they say is like, this is forever. This is forever. Like, that would be horrifying.
There's something to be said there, man. That's some next level shit. That's some next level shit where you get in there and be like, all right, we got you. And you're like, what do you mean you got me? You're like, oh, you try and get out that door. And, you turn around, you're like trying to open the door. You realize it's steel. And they're like, okay, come over here, sit down. This is your new sign-in code. They have a computer for you. It's just like a computer screen from like an IBM. You know what I mean? On DOS. And it's like, you're going to enter all this code into this computer and press enter after every sequence of number. And that is your job from here on out.
6 hours from now, you have to go to a training seminar.
Then they come by and whip you and you don't do it and beat the shit out of you. Yeah.
Yeah. That's horror.
This is what happens when you don't escape the escape rooms.
Right.
That's it.
That would be something that we should.
I would want to do an escape room. That would be
fun. Do that as a band. Like, yeah.
Yeah, we should.
I wonder how we do.
Corey gets so excited.
Let's go.
Dude, one of the funniest things, man, you guys didn't even witness it, is when we were down at Kima and they gave us those passes to go on the rides. And we finished the show and got everything done. And the Corey was like, I'm headed to the Ferris wheel. And he was like, headed over there. And he goes over there. He's like, he walks up and they were like, closed. No more.
I've got the picture. I've got the picture of me holding the ticket right there at the gate of the ride. And I'm like, I got this far to not ride it.
Oh.
He told me a long time ago, he's like, man, we ever play a state fair or we play a carnival, man, I'm doing all the rides, doing them all. I'm like, right on, brother. You can get after it, man. Just don't get stuck in one of those things. Them carnival rides are like, ugh.
Oh, so I'm like totally down with like rides, like roller coasters and stuff like that. I love it. The only time I ever vomited on stage though was when I was playing a state fair in some Midwestern state, I forget what it was, but they had They had that ride that spins you around and like puts you up against the side, right?
Ooh, yeah.
I don't do so well with those. And I had to wait in line a long time. And I'm like, dude, we gotta play in like 20 minutes. And they're like, no, it'll be over soon. I go, and I still hadn't got my equilibrium. And this was a show where I had to do a lot of dancing around and stuff, and made it about 90 seconds and started to get the cold sweats, and yeah.
Were they playing "You Spin Me Right Round,
right.
Right Round"?
Yeah, those are the good old days. I was just a wee lad.
Well, big announcement for Deadwood Revival. We finally had a rehearsal after 2 years. It took 2 years. We finally got into a room and wrote music together and put stuff together, and it came out pretty badass. So if you come out to the show and you hear some new stuff, this is where it came from. Somewhere in the set, we did work up what is Devil Went Down to Georgia, but we didn't work up the whole thing. So it's hidden in the set somewhere. That's kind of what we like to do. We have an announcement for next week, because next week we won't be doing the podcast. It'll be the following week. So the next one you see, episode 6, will be after I get back from New Orleans. But congratulations to Adam Danes and Carolyn for getting married down in New Orleans. Adam's a good friend, and we're going to be headed out to see him on the 17th. Be back on the 21st. Going to be down there for Voodoo Fest, man. It's going to be badass.
And I love that town.
Me too.
Love that town.
Deadwood needs to be in New Orleans.
I missed the food already.
Yeah.
100%.
During crawfish season, preferably.
Like, I think if America had to send like one town to represent like what is quintessentially like America, I think New Orleans should get that title. Like, it is just an American city. There's chunks of everything in that city. It's absolutely beautiful.
We should get a whole bunch of Spanish moss when we do that and just put it in random spots on the stage if we play down there.
Well, like I always say, that's my kind of dirty, man. I love that town.
Yeah,
All right, I'm going to go back to left field.
All right, do it, Corey.
Well, Christopher Wright was going to join us, but I don't know if he's going to. He might pop in here during the cast. Who knows? Got some shows this week, since this podcast is going to be out tonight and running, and it's live on YouTube. We got a whole 2 people watching right now. I'm excited. Hey, if you're in the chat, go on there and chat. Say hello. Hello. Tomorrow, Corey and I are going to go represent our band and be down at Marty B's for Oktoberfest in Bartonville. So if you're in the area, we're going to be playing there 6 to 9 tomorrow. Yes, we will have the new merch out, so make sure you come check that out. Friday, we're going to be playing for our sponsor, Bass Champs, up in Texoma, which is going to be dope. It's an early day during the show. We're going to be going on 3:30 to 5:30. So they're wanting us to play on the Bass Champ stage, which is their presenting stage that comes off the side of the 18-wheeler. And he was like, I don't know if all of y'all fit up there. I was like, we have fit in pretty tight places before. We might, we'll see.
Wait, which trailer? Say that one more time.
They've got
pictured like something way different.
They have a huge 18-wheeler, Bass Champs 18-wheeler, and it has a stage that folds down off the side of it.
Oh, we'll fit.
I thought so. Yeah.
That's like 53 feet. We'll fit.
I'm gonna suck in.
All right, dude.
And I can bring the small kit.
It's too early for this. No, man.
Come on.
And then Saturday night, that would be October 12th. We're going to be at Broncos and Hearst, which is always a good show, man. We always have fun there. Every time, even though it's OU Texas weekend, I think we're going to have quite the crowd.
People still watch that?
People still watch that. Yeah. And the fair's going on. You got this Texas State Fair going on and all that good stuff. So, and then one show that we're trying to pump the hell out of is October 25th. we're going to be at the Goat in Meridian, Texas, down by Walnut Springs. And it is their big Halloween party, man. And I don't know if you guys saw online, but Jackie Mursky tagged us in the stage. She went down there, and the entire bar and stage is completely decorated for Halloween, and she does an awesome job.
Is it pub and grill?
It's just the Goat, Meridian, Texas, or Morgan, Texas.
Do we need to dress up for this one?
I kind of thought about doing. I'm not going to go like I did last year. I'm not doing that again. So, but I totally thought about rocking skull face paint for the whole thing.
That sounds cool.
Yeah,
I think we should or we could do some Dia de los Muertos stuff. That'd be fun.
We're just gonna dress as Bob.
It's easy enough. We dress the same for all the shows anyways.
Listen, if I hear either one of you
pants.
motherfuckers say you're going to dress as AC, I'm going to tell you no, because only we will get the joke. It is not going to go over well in public.
Hey, I'm gonna order some nice shoes and some clown pants.
I don't wear clown pants.
Not you.
Talk about Bob.
Oh,
damn. Man, what is it? We didn't bring Tristan in on this one, so you got to open the door and
Right.
Damn.
Clown pants. Who wears clown pants? I don't wear
Well, in public.
Hey, I'm gonna order some nice shoes and some clown pants.
I don't.
What was that?
You're gonna have to help me out, brother.
Clown pants. Parachute pants.
There we
We
go.
should all just wear jams.
Oh, he's talking about that old pair of Dickies that like I had. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so everybody knows.
He lost a shitload of weight. And then he had big pants.
I love those pants.
He loved those pants, but at one point it was like he looked at me. He was like, "Man, I think I should get new pants," because his pants were like folding over where the buckle is at. Normally it's like this. Now it was like this.
I understand that.
I fucking love those pants, man. I gotta. Oh well. Okay.
I understand that all too well, man. We all have that pair of pants that we just can't let go of.
Right. I still got it. Just in case I ever like blow back up or something. I don't want to stand by.
Can I borrow those?
Dude, I think you could probably fit two of you into my pants, even at this stage, brother.
Corey and his weirdness.
Yeah, right.
But yes, that's going to be on the 26th. Morgan, Meridian. It's in the same spot. Morgan, Meridian, Walnut Springs, the GOAT. Make sure you guys go check that out. You can also find out more stuff about us at deadwoodfan.com/our info, which is at the first of this video. So we'll have all that going down. Now, let's get down to some business. AC.
Yeah.
You got your wrestling event coming up on the 13th.
Yeah, man. The podcast, Midcard Heroes, is putting on a wrestling show at the MPX Event Center in Bedford, October 13th. It's a free show. There's going to be 6 matches on the card. I still don't know like the details on all 6 matches yet, but I can confirm that there will be a death match, like a death match style tag match happening. So that's going to be dope. I actually bought a belt like this week, so we're actually like crowning like a champ. Like we're legitimately putting on a show.
Do you have the belt at your house right now?
Not yet. It's being shipped. I should be here Wednesday. I should have it in my possession Wednesday.
Oh, we were gonna get the Deadwood approval of the belt.
I'll take a picture and send it to everybody.
Dude,
that would have been a hell of a fucking like, hey, look what I got.
Man, I tell you, it still doesn't feel real that like you're that into wrestling. Like I love you, dog. I love you. I
feel you. I feel it.
Do you know what I mean? It's like
I had to listen to him and Tristan the whole ride home from rehearsal.
Like because there's like liking wrestling, and then there's like what you guys do, and I don't, dude. I don't begrudge anybody. Everybody needs their thing. I've got my thing. You know, I can't believe that's yours. AC. That cool. That's great. Like I will be there with fucking bells on to support you. But
I'll be there. I plan on going.
What would you assume my thing is? Just out of curiosity, like what would be like a normal like? You know what? That's what I expect out of AC.
God, that's a really good question.
Man, I like where this is going.
Yeah, no, that's a really
Got my gummy bears out for this one, bro.
No, so I would have to say that like off what I know about you, it would have to be some sort of intellectual pursuit. Like I wouldn't be surprised if like you were really into like nihilist philosophers or something weird like that. Like
Okay.
like I would imagine that it would have been some sort of intellectual pursuit, which is where you can see my surprise because
Absolutely.
there's something more opposite of what I would think. It's cool. But I guess it kind of makes sense in the sense that like, dude, you're one of the smartest people I know, and no shade at all. Wrestling doesn't seem like a very like not smart. I don't know. I'm gonna sound like an asshole. It's not, it seems like a good thing to where you can just kind of shut off the overthinking and enjoy the moment.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
100%.
Okay. But I totally wouldn't try to be an asshole, dude. Seriously, love
No,
the
not at all.
that for you.
I completely get that. What about you guys? Like, what is a thing that you guys think?
Yeah. What would
No
you think
comment.
AC would be into? Oh no, we got to hear this.
Oh yeah,
There's no right answer.
Bob just gave a great answer.
That's not a right answer.
All right. What does Corey look like he would be into? Like if you didn't know Corey, you look at that dude and be like, that
If I
guy.
can get this from the bottom of the screen.
What's that?
Just bottom of the screen. This, just a lot of this. Just from the bottom of the screen. Rip.
I say when I found out his obsession with jerky, I was not surprised.
Okay. You know what? Yeah. Like fishing and jerky type stuff. Like maybe like repairing like old lawnmower engines.
From AC's first appearance look, he looks like he works at a head shop. That's it. I mean, that's where it's at. Bob, you look like you worked at a Bass Pro, but violently got fired. Violently got fired.
I got it
like,
for AC.
There was
I got one.
There was just like something went wrong. There was hate fucking involved, and you got escorted out of the building.
Nice.
And by the way he looks right now, that face of Corey's with that headset on looks like he works for an autism relief center for an 800 number.
You're gonna go to help.
Yeah.
Well, so guys,
I look like they cleaned the bathrooms on a fucking ship.
yeah, we got to give Justin his. Let me see. He looks like he does the English dub for German Scheisse porn.
Yeah, that's what I. Ooh, yeah, baby, stick it all right. Oh
no, Justin looks like
it's some mein Scheisse. Yeah.
I just got out of jail. I'm gonna look nice and put glasses on.
Yeah, that picture behind you looks like he's still in jail.
Right? I look like because I right where Corey is sitting, and so it covers up Bob, and I'm like, yo, that legit looks like I'm the artist, and that is my bodyguard.
Yeah, right.
I look like the dude that I'm just standing there. Like, if you fuck with any one of these dudes, I will break you in half.
I sell the tickets.
Yeah.
Oh, Corey, you're the ticket guy. Come on down. Come on down
They
here.
called me the ticket
2 for 1.
master.
Everybody come in. $40, $40.
He's a barker for the yak lady.
I see what you did there. They call him the ticket master.
Bob's over there checking IDs with that face.
Yeah, don't look very friendly in that one. Sarah says I've got resting dick face whenever
You do.
whenever I get
Well, at least you can see your face. That picture of AC is not okay.
I was not, man.
Are you doing duck lips? It looks like duck lips.
I was definitely not doing duck lips.
That's kind of look like duck lips.
A little bit, dude.
What's up, ladies?
Hey, man.
I was
Hey.
absolutely not okay.
I don't know how I got a lisp in there, but I did it.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, I was gonna say AC looks like he works at Zoomies and he's about to sell me a skateboard.
Damn right I was.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. See, like a head shop, surfer
And a
shop.
pair of bands.
Yeah. Skateboard repair, you know, that kind of shit. Hold on. I got somebody texting me. Let's see. Is this Lance Ledger?
But yeah, dude, like it's crazy. So like the best form of wrestling turns into be like the idea of like theater. So if
Okay.
you've ever watched any Shakespearean anything, like all the endings, you know all that how everything's gonna end. There's only so many ways to book David and Goliath, right?
Okay.
So you can have an idea of how all these storylines are going to end, and the best writers literally will swerve you in the end and like say, "Oh, I didn't see that coming. I'm surprised. That was really good." And then you take like the physical aspect on top of it, and like motherfuckers are just doing what we do.
Huh.
They're just doing it on a much broader level. So like if you come to my show on the 13th, you'll see dudes who are literally on like the level of your independent bands. We're just trying to get more attention so people can see us do what we love to do, and hopefully that'll bring more opportunities. You know, the bigger the show, the bigger the network. The bigger you draw, the bigger the show, right?
Huh.
And you
Okay.
do so many big shows, you'll get seen by one of these big companies and make big money. It's literally like it's an insane parallel to the exact same thing that we're doing, just a different type of entertainment.
Interesting.
So, in a sense, their job is to get a crowd to hate them if they're a bad guy or heel, or they get the crowd to love them and accept them as a baby face or a good guy.
Huh. All
Our
right.
job as a band is to get over well enough to where people will pay to see us. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and we're literally running this parallel line of like, how did this dude get over on the like? I saw this guy at MPX as a local guy years ago, and now he's on a major level with AEW, making big money. And it's like, it's just like anybody we know who just either got that deal or got that break. Like sometimes people just get lucky, but people are paying money to see that person now. So our question is like, how do we get people to do that and then do that consistently?
Should we start wrestling during the show?
I bet you we will garner X amount of a crowd if we do that.
Like we can buy me like a really cheap, like I could use like that really shitty bass and like break it over your drum set or something. Ooh yeah, brother.
That's all our intermission tracks. You think we're just shooting promos on each other?
Yeah.
The cream will rise to drop.
Do we even could you say we even have a theatrical motif at all?
Depends on what type of hallucinogenics you're on during the show.
I mean,
I do like to party.
I think we've definitely got a look. Like we don't look like any other band that's doing the kind of music that we do, I don't think.
No, I think that's an immediate mind fuck. And I think like from the moment you allow yourself to get mind fucked as a fan, like it just you're stuck with this and you're like, oh shit, I can do this.
No.
Yeah,
The most effective option was for Sam Sulek. Just dropped his.
What
Was that?
that?
I have no idea.
Oh, that's me. I'm trying to look up some on fucking TikTok for you. I was looking at on Arms Day.
I would say that's usually my thing when things just like just go haywire. I was like, yeah, I didn't do that one this time, guys. I promise I did not unplug.
Right? At least you've gotten to where you always ask if you're muted.
Yeah, I just don't need that. Like, I do enough to.
I think this is
like,
it right here. Where he does the oh shit, that's loud. Good lord. It's not even that.
It's not coming in clear.
It sounds pixelated.
Does it? Let me do something cool. It's not letting me.
Yeah, because they're definitely watching Deadpool in the living room right now. So a part of me was like, damn, did we just like pick up that signal? How does that
Uh,
happen?
Hey, as long as I don't hear Patsy Cline on here, we're good.
Yeah, right. No shit. Oh,
well, okay. So, okay. Remember how last time I asked you guys, about your influence and stuff, right?
Yeah.
I want to take it to a place like that again. Is that okay?
yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Okay.
Do it.
So this might get a little deep, but like I think we do this whole thing so people can know us a little bit better, right?
Absolutely.
This definitely is not the easiest or most stable job in the world. All of us could be making a lot of other money doing things that are a lot more predictable and stable, everything. And I guess the question comes down to, if someone was to just stop you and ask why do you do this, or what's your favorite part, like what keeps you coming back, what about it is the thing that keeps you going, what's the driving force maybe, or the thing that keeps you coming back to us doing this. I want to hear that from each of you guys, like the why.
Mine's twofold. One, I'm an adrenaline junkie at heart. So the rush I get right before a show, like I hope it never changes. It hasn't changed from the moment I set foot on a marching field for the very first time to the very first time I sat behind a drum set when I was like 9 or 10 and embarrassed the living shit out of myself to last weekend. Um, there's this rush I get right before I play where like literally nothing else matters. And it's like my own personal zen moment where it's just me, my feelings and insecurities. And then within like 5 seconds, they're gone.
Nice.
And I just get to play. The twofold part of that, the second part of that is I'm one of those who really believes that music saved my life. So the idea that I get to teach kids to do exactly what I do, I now get to, I have the opportunity to live this full, transparent life of this is what I'm teaching you is exactly what I do. And if you want to make a living doing this, I can absolutely show you how. You can be your own boss at 18, and I've done everything in my power to make that a thing.
Guitar. Yeah, bring me my guitar case. I think it's in there.
I think so too, buddy.
Yeah, right.
Don't worry, we can hear you, buddy.
Dang it. Sorry.
Good to know
I
you're
thought about
paying
that question
attention
a lot.
there, though, Core.
Yeah, that's a good reason, AC. What about you, Justin?
Man, that's a loaded fucking question, homie.
It
Yeah, I
is.
figured it was. Sorry, not sorry, but the public deserves to know.
I don't know. Why do I do it still? Why did I start doing it? I, I don't. I didn't
No,
know.
I think it would be like a why do you do it? Like what keeps you going now?
Oh man. Uh, One is because I honestly, don't ever see myself doing anything else, like ever. Like it's something I'm good at. It's something I've done literally since I was 6 years old. I've done other jobs. I got plenty of other talents, from editing to creation to content creation to, I could be a manager at pretty much any kind of like entertainment job. I could be a production manager, it could be a stage manager, it could be a front of house guy, it could be a monitor guy. There's all those things, you know what I mean? But music is like running a band and being a front man and a songwriter and playing music or just playing guitar in another band. It's all I've ever known. It's all I've ever known. It's the one thing that I can do without question 100% and be 100% confident in it no matter what. And so I love getting on stage and playing, And there's time I've had some of the most memorable moments of my entire life. I've been on stage. Bob, one of those happened with us on the 29th at Texas Live. When we were presenting a music video to people, and all it was in a dedication. That song was written years ago, but we dedicated a song, and then we got to see how that song impacted those people, and to look out in the crowd and to see them crying and singing back a song that they've just heard of in the last month, that some of those people in that crowd had probably never even heard the song, and they were just tears just flowing down their face. That's why. Because you see that connection with people, and you make this connection with your music, and you hit them in the heart, and they're feeling the pain that was coming out of your mouth or coming off your instrument or coming off your, the feeling that you're putting into it. And I don't see myself doing anything else. And it terrifies the absolute fucking shit out of me, because I don't want to be, I do want to be 80 years old and still playing. I would love that. I would love that. I would love if I go out having a heart attack on stage and dying, so be it. I would rather go out that way than be in some home locked away and, not being able to feel my hands anymore, or have severe arthritis where I can't play anymore. Or I don't know what I would do if I couldn't play guitar. If I couldn't play guitar, I would fucking go insane. I think I would literally lose. I don't know what I would do, but it would be horrible. So why do we still do this? Well, why do I still do this? Because it's all I've ever known. Even if I quit today and we just threw in the towel and I went and worked a fucking job for a sound company or whatever, marketing or whatever, I would be fucking miserable. Every day I'd be miserable, So that's the fire that keeps me going, to keep playing and to keep writing and to keep singing and to keep performing and to keep going on stage and going through all the bullshit behind the scenes that you got to go through every fucking day to do it, because I don't want to go to that. I don't want to do that, and some people would think, or some people would say, well, that's fucking stupid. Well, you're fucking stupid. My choice, bitch. You don't get to make that fucking choice for me. It's my choice. And I'm fucking choosing to do this for the rest of my life. And I choose to fucking run a band. And I choose to put myself into positions that nobody wants to fucking deal with. Nobody wants to deal with this shit. And that's why yesterday, last night, I kind of made a comment online, but that's kind of what I was getting into without so many words, was just the shit you have to go through in order to be a musician in this town or in this state or anywhere in the world. It could be fucking Bangladesh. It doesn't matter where you're at. You're going to have to go through this shit. And I don't need a fucking handout or somebody to come up to me and be like, let me, because be totally honest, man, because 90% of the time it's bullshit. How many fucking times? If I had $5 for every fucking time I heard somebody say, man, I'm going to help you do this and blah, 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 I would be fucking, we wouldn't have to worry about somebody helping us, because I'd be so fucking loaded. I could just be like, there it is. Let's do it. Let's just pay for it, because ain't nobody going to outwork you. You want something done, you're going to do it yourself, and you're going to get it done, and you're going to make sure that it's done correctly. And it's hard. That's why, even when we're out at shows and shit, I get hard up on stuff. I get hard up on it because I'm hard on Tristan. I admit that. I'm hard on Tristan, but I also see that Tristan has every bit of the potential to be great.
Oh yeah.
He does. And he wants to learn. But laziness overtakes it into this point of I'm going to cut a corner without doing it the right way. A simple one is when we're loading the trailer. This is very simple and OCD of me. But we have those 3 rivets that are on the trailer as you're loading in. There's 2 sets of them. And when you have those road cases, you got to push the damn thing up the dock to get up into the trailer. If you'll just center it directly on the center and put the wheels overlapping it, it'll roll right in. Every night, every time I watch him just struggle like hell because he hits that fucking deal and it stops. And he's like, God damn it. He's huffing and puffing. I'm like, dude, you're making this way harder for yourself. If you listen to what I'm saying, every case, not this one case, not this second case, every case, just right up in there like butter. Those are the little things I'm talking about. But that's a mask for what I'm saying about just as business in general. When you're dealing with stuff, it's like, it's a bitch, man. Sorry to get off on a rant there, but yeah, I mean, it's kind of hit me with that one at a funky time,
Oh, it's a good answer. What about you, Corey?
Man,
Sarah just showed me your tits, by the way.
glad I didn't start my story.
What about you, Corey? Why do you do this?
Why do I continue to play? Is the question, right?
Why do you? This isn't the easiest job in the world, man. Like, it's definitely a lot more stable to be selling insurance or working in an office. Like this, we didn't pick the easiest job in the world. Why do you? What keeps you coming back? Why do you do it?
Man, I guess I couldn't stand the sight of seeing my instruments in a closet hanging on the wall and knowing it's there and I'd spent 25 plus years learning, training, learning from the best that can teach. Shoot, I used to compete all over the state when I was young. I just never had that give up attitude, I guess. I've always tried to lean towards just being resilient because I knew I'd just like, well, if I got that far, I might as well take another foot, take another step just to see where the step leads. And every time I do that, there's always a new doorway.
Yep.
Always a new doorway.
I think that's the drug and the addiction of what we all do. I think that is it. That is the cocaine of music right there. Because you do one show and one door slightly, doesn't open all the way. It just slightly opens and a little bit of light shines through. And you're like, oh, I could go through there. Let's open this door and go through here. And then you're in another door. Then you're met with 6 other doors. Then you're met with 16 doors. Then you're met with 24 doors. Then you're
I could say it on the business side. Yeah, you could get to another stage, but that's not exactly what I mean. What I mean is like when you came over, you called me up. Hey, I want to play the fiddle. You come over, you start showing off your skills on the guitar. It's in my head. I'm like, yeah, it's time to play again. Just because you're a great player, and that's the cool part. Like, it's cool. Like, people get to see us do shows. We have a logo. It's right here behind me. That's cool. But whenever you sit back and listen to all the AC, Bob, you, and you kind of put yourself on mute, like, that's the coolest part. Knowing you're playing with great musicians and you're getting better playing with them. I mean, that's the best part of music to me.
What we did the other day in rehearsal, man, when we came through in rehearsal.
God dang, y'all heard the worst I've ever played.
Well, here's the deal. This is what I was going to say, man. Is like when we were in rehearsal, we're all throwing ideas out on songs. I'm coming to the table with this, then we're doing this, and we're doing all these things, and we're going 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 and we're going. And then to get back here and listen to that in tracks and listen to it broke down all the way down and listen to it raw and evenly, I'm sitting there going, we might be hard on ourselves about what we did.
Mm-hmm.
But holy fuck, what we did was light years beyond anything that I'm hearing in the world right now. But that took 4 of us to get in a room and do that.
Yeah.
100%. You're not taking 4 guys in a rehearsal that have never played with each other or maybe done 10 shows with each other. You're taking 4 guys that have got 12 solid fucking months of playing with each other. And then we got into a rehearsal. It might have been the most genius fucking thing we ever did. But then we got into a rehearsal. We got used to each other. We know how each other plays, and you put those guys in there. That's why I said it before. One of you guys quits, I'm fucking done. So you just know, one of y'all fucking quit. I'm saying it live right now on YouTube to the whole fucking 2 people watching. You fucking quit, this band's over with. So one of you goes down, we all go down. I'll just go back to fucking running sound because there's too much put in, fuck that. You don't put a band together like this. You don't just hire in another player. You don't find another Bob. You don't find another Corey. It's not about just the playing. It's the charisma. It's the atmosphere. It's the person behind the string, the instrument. It's that person. And that's a fucking hard thing to find. I had it one time before, and I was in SoCo, and it all got fucked to hell. And then I spent the rest of my life trying to find it again. And then here we are again. It's taken literally a lifetime to get back to that. And so, do I think it's too late? No, I think we're right on the fucking edge of everything. But I think we're being put in a weird spot to go forward, given the elements of everything going on around us is hard to compete with. And it's not when I say compete, I don't mean like music. I mean like life is ever harder every second of every day for us to keep, like, I know what we make. I see it. You guys know what you make. You see it. It's like, God damn, we got to make this thing. It's like you're not doing it for the money, but we're all grown men. This isn't like we're not kids living off the tit. You know what I mean? Like,
man, say fuck the bullshit when it comes to that shit. Like, yeah, we don't do this for the money, but it'd be a lot more fun to do if, like, we didn't have to worry about paying so many bills.
right.
Like, if all I had to do was wake up and, like, what am I gonna do today? We don't have a show, and all of my bills are taken care of. All the responsibility, like, all I have to do is, like, live and be semi-responsible. Cool. I'm gonna go practice for like 6 hours. Like, I'll see y'all whenever.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
What's your answer, Bob?
Well, I think that's why I asked the question in the first place, because sometimes, man, you get so quagmired in life and everything. And it's the original intention of what you're doing is the most important and magical thing that exists. It's that moment where you tell the universe, this is me, this is who I am, this is what I want, this is what I'm doing. As far as for me, to put simply, it's, and this is going to sound cheesy, but it's love. It is 100% love. I mean, like, we're all so different, and not just us in the band, the people that we play in front of. And they say that, like, art is man's way of decorating space. And I think music is man's way of decorating time. And it's just such I've heard it called the golden moment, when you're playing a song and you're looking in the audience and you come across somebody who knows the long, hard, twisted path that led them through their entire life to that very moment where they're sitting there sharing their time that we all get a limited amount of with you. And it's every time that I play my instrument, I think what do I want this person to hear? What statement about myself and am I making to the universe in this moment? And that's why like my favorite shows are the ones that like, where there's like maybe 15 people there, but god damn are they into it. Like we're
Yeah.
shit, it's exchange emotions. That's why my least favorite shows are the ones where that are they're everywhere. There's tons and tons of people, but that none of them care. I hate those shows. They're just so hard to play. But I'll play in front of two people. Yeah, like I jokingly say, I'm like, I gotta find my person, find my person for this show. Who's just that one person. And I'm like, okay, I'm playing for that dude, or okay, I'm playing for her. It's
Right.
it's that it's that sharing that golden moment is everything. It's absolutely everything to me, and it's the whole thing that we're doing is this exercise and synergistic energy exchange. It's it's the whole being greater than the sum of the parts. Because like you said, like we can't replace this drummer, we can't replace this fiddle player, we can't replace you, Justin, we can't, that it just doesn't work because of what it is. And that's beautiful. It's scary sometimes, I'm not gonna lie. You know what I mean? I always jokingly say I'm gonna take out a life insurance policy on you, but I rely on you guys, not just for whatever we get paid, but like for my little soapbox that I get to stand on a couple of times a week to tell the world who I am.
Right.
This is all there is to it. It's just love, because I guarantee some of the people that we play for, they, as far as the way they view their lives and the way they view the world, they're the exact opposite of me in pretty much every single way. But in that golden moment, I can break through that, and I can see, I know it sounds cheesy, but it's an exchange between two souls. It's
Totally.
finding out that there's really, when all comes down to it, there's only one of us in this room. The universe would be incomplete without any one of us, and it's just one part of the matrix telling the other part of the matrix, I hope this brightens your day. And when it does, it's magical. So that's why I do it. It's love, and I love it.
I mean, we got a really good thing going, fellas. I mean, we do. We know it. We all know it too. I think that's the thing, is that we all know what we're doing is different than anything we've done before, different than any band we've played in, the communication lines, the talking. I mean, do you feel I mean, I guess that's a really good question, is like, do you feel like it's different than anything you've done before?
Well, for me, hell yeah, I've been nothing but a hired gun. I was in a band once when I was like 20, and I'm years old now, so it was half my life ago that I was ever in a band. I mean, I'm a professional. I'm a professional in the sense that like you hire me, you pay me my union wage, I come in, I play, and I leave, and it's a living. It's fine, but that's all it was, is a living. You know what I mean? Like I found all my joy in teaching, because that was that same kind of exchange when you're
Right.
teaching somebody how to do it. This is on another level because I get to actually perform. You know what I mean? But no, I've never been in anything like this. I never thought I would. I'd given up on ever trying to find a band, because I'd always jokingly said being in a band is like being married to three different people at the same time, which it is. But if the relationship's healthy, it's beautiful.
Totally. What about you, AC?
I mean, logically, no, I haven't had anything like this, but at the same time, it's like I've had a lot of similar team like experiences. Marching drum corps was probably like the biggest one for me, because that's where my extent of like tour life is, where I had to move out of my house, live with four relative strangers. Well, one I knew prior to, but we didn't live together by any means, and that's not at that point of our lives. Yeah, move in with four other dudes, practice a show every single day, um, and then tour the country and perform said show.
Yeah.
So yes, but never on this side of the fence with like a live band pushing the way that we are. No.
Right.
But have I been in ensembles? Yes. Have I been in like the thresholds like of being in an ensemble, the good, the bad, and the ugly, yes. On this side of it, no.
Yeah. What about you, Corey?
Man, I don't recall calling any other old band member about a chat with my taxes.
Yeah.
uh, I don't know if you could put it like that.
That's a great way to put it. I've had conversations about my taxes with any band member. Oh, except for one, Lucas Weiss.
Or hey man, I guess I'll call Bob out. Bob, he notices because he also uses a bow that my playing goes downhill because sometimes I can't afford to repair my bow. So Bob will say, "Hey, I'll take it over here, bring it back," and he gets that fresh shank of bow on there, and he's like, "There you go, buddy," and make it pro bono. You don't owe me back, but I somehow figure out a way to like sneak in my own little. Hey, here's a token, like a silver coin or I don't know, a microphone that lights up. Justin, uh,
Is that where
that's
that
a
went?
that is a cool microphone, by the way. I don't know. I can't go here. Here's some cash, but I find something I could do with my hands, whether it's make a cable or something like that. But I didn't even do that for the other old bands. Hell no. Here you go, pal. Instead, we were all chasing after the bottle. Most of the time, it was the bottle, but it seemed like a lot of other times, if that bottle was in a tour bus, we're going to chase that one. If the bottle's not in that tour bus, we don't want to chase that tour bus. But like those are some of the differences between the old bands that I was in and the band I'm in now. We're not chasing that. We're
Yeah.
chasing great music. How can we literally play our greatest together? I feel like that's the
golden
chase.
moment, I think.
Like I said, man, like you
I know I went
like,
left field, but I went right field, but I brought it back.
no, dude, I'm glad you did. Because again, this is one of those things where like if anybody ever truly wonders like why I'm into wrestling, there is an absolute moment in every single like young wrestler's lives where they come to this realization point of like, should I just get a real job or should I continue to try to push this envelope for $50, $75? What is my value worth? Like, can I do something within this organization to help push this organization to the next level? And if I can become a champion in this organization, maybe another one will take notice. So again, we're literally running these parallel lives. And the question is, how do we get over? You know what I'm saying? Like that's literally like when you figure out the answer to that, or you just get lucky and like you capture lightning in a bottle. These dudes can blow up. It does happen. I've seen it happen. We've all known people that this has happened to in the world of music. I just haven't been privy to it personally yet.
Yeah.
So
I
as
think
of right,
I think as far as like, how do we push through and stuff like that, I think always remembering this talk that we just had, because man, like the universe is a big wish granting machine if you know how to treat it. And it'll if you tell it who you are, the universe will always say, yeah, you're damn right, that's who you are. That's kind of the reason why the world is so fucked up now. Just think of all the fear, the heartache, and the anger, and all that stuff. How many people around this world every single day they're just nothing but pissed off?
Yeah.
But it's like don't curse the darkness, light a light, and praise the creation as you seek to change it. And if we remember why we're here and what we're doing, I have nothing but faith. We are going to be more than fine, and everything that needs to happen is going to happen. We just got to hold on to why. Because I think with most people, when shit goes sideways, is because they either don't care or don't understand why they do what they do. So many people just kind of sleepwalking through their lives in a haze of anger, jealousy, fear, and disgust. And I think if you're able to just see through that and be like, man, I love you. You know, if you can just say that to one person a day, you'd be amazed at how fucking cheesy I sound right now. Sorry. Sorry.
Sap.
I apologize for nothing, man.
No. No, man. I mean, that's all. I mean, it all, that all comes right back to what we're saying, why we do this. Good question, Bob. And it's a good question. And then there's days where like, I'm just like, why the fuck am I doing this? There's days that day comes around like, why am I going to get up and kick my ass again for this? And I get sick in the stomach about it. Like, and it's easy to get in your head too. It's real easy to get in your head about shit. And, you're going through social media and all that shit, which I don't have a choice. People are like, oh, stay off social media. I don't have a choice. I have to be on it. I have to. It's not like if I don't, I have to keep up with what's going on in the world for our sake, for promotions and bullshit. Yeah. And that's the bullshit that I'm talking about. When I say all the bullshit you have to do every day, that's the bullshit. Yeah. It used to be, how the fuck can I afford to make 300 posters and then I need to find 5 guys and go down and blanket the streets with them and put them up on every fucking corner and gas station I can find? That used to be the grunt labor. And it also used to be, telling every single fucking person I could find, and then MySpace came along and then that changed the game at 100%. Then it was Facebook. Then it was Instagram. Then it was Twitter. Then it was TikTok. It was just all these things coming into play. And it's like, there's still all this method to the mayhem of like that I'm learning every day, trying to figure out how to make this work. Am I doing the right thing? Am I doing the right thing by us? Am I posting this correctly? Am I putting it at the right time? Am I following the correct algorithm? Am I correct? It is, man, it's a 24/7 job. There is no going to work and being able to do a job during the day and then come home and do this, because there's not enough time. There isn't enough time. You have to get up in the morning and you have to immediately start at it, immediately hit it. Get online and start posting and start making content and making like the shit I created today for this podcast. Like, we're live right now, but when the podcast replays, there's a whole intro that I made for our sponsors so that everyone knows about our sponsors, where you can go check them out at and all that bullshit, right? Well, it took me about an hour to get it done, but I had to get it done, do a voiceover for it and get that done so that can play. But then I also cut it up into where I can use it for commercials to put out on TikTok and all the video sides and shit like that every day. And so it's not, this isn't like a pity party or anything like that, or feeling like, like trying to find an answer from somebody. There were some people that called this morning that were really worried about me. Bob was one of them. Bob called. There was a few other phone calls, and the answer was like, I'm fine. I'm just overwhelmed. Like I was telling Bob earlier, like I haven't had a true vacation getaway, put everything aside in years. It's been years.
Oh. Because last time we talked about this vacation, you wasn't excited. I'm over here like, yo, shut the fuck up, man. Get ready to go on this vacation.
No, not that vacation. not the Mexico.
Yeah. No, that's the vacation, motherfucker.
Oh, no. I'm talking about the one. That's next year. I'm talking about like next week. The one
that's next vacation.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm talking about the wedding. Man. The wedding we're going to down in New Orleans. Like that's 17th to the 21st.
Yeah, fam.
Yeah, like I'm excited about that. Like I'm excited to go down and to see a bunch of friends I haven't seen in forever because I couldn't get into Canada because of a DUI. So like all these Canadians are gonna be down. It's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a lot of fun. But I get to just kind of push everything over to the side for a minute and just take a breather and not worry about shit.
It's beautiful.
So I'm excited about that. But at the same time, it's like I'm keeping my eye on the ball for us at all times. And man, when I see somebody get involved with us, I really have a lot of questions. Like it at 100%, I have a lot of questions to that person when they come and they get involved with us that say, I want to help you do this, blah, 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 blah. I ask them a few things like, number one, Are you going to work every day for this band? If you're going to step in and try and jump in and share my shoes, are you going to outwork me, or do I need to get my own pair? Because if you're not going to outwork me, then what's the fucking point of coming in? I'm going to pay you money out of our pockets for you to do a job that I'm already doing that you're not going to do nearly as good as I'm doing. You better fucking fill the shoes, man, and bring the heat to a point of shit that I don't know how to do or I can't get accomplished. So I need that person to get involved. I need that person to come in and goes, listen, I know how to strategically do this, who to call. Here's how we place you. Here's how we, cool. Go. Do it. But are you going to do it? You know, there's so many questions there. And a lot of people say, oh, you micromanage. Yeah, all right. Fucking A, I micromanage. Because I'm looking out for my life. Like this isn't a fucking garage band. You know, some of us are married, some of us have children. Like, we got lives to take care of. And the clock's ticking. Bobby, you're the oldest dude in this band. I'm the second oldest, and then it just starts stair-stepping down. You know, it's like, how many more years really, when you really think about it? 15? 20?
My answer is
No
all of them.
In 10 years, I'm going to be 53 years old. And in 10 years from that, I'll be 63 years old. So in 20 years, I'll be 63. There's no fucking way. My body's not going to allow me to do it.
Well,
so
the water was,
you know, it's like that. It's almost like that feeling where when you have that, like, you have a stack of $100 bills in your fucking pocket, or $101 bills, and you walk up to a slot machine and you put $1 in and you hit max bet, and then you win a little bit and it gets up to where it's like, man, I won $300. Man, I should probably cash out. Maybe one more hit. Then you hit it again and it goes down. You're like, well, maybe I can make it back. Maybe I can make it back. And then it goes down again. And then before you know it, you're feeding in another $1. Then you're feeding in another $1. Then you're feeding. So I'm down to my last $10. You know, I mean, I'm down to the last 10.
Well, the easiest way to look at that, man, is, I mean, hey, luckily we're not gambling, and what we're doing, if we continue to keep our sponsoring thoughts in mind, the why, which is why I asked the question. If you keep that in mind, even when you wake up in the morning, because dude, like, enlightenment and peace, it's not every day sit on a couch and meditate kind of thing. It's a fucking rodeo, man. I have nothing but intrusive thoughts all the time. The trick is to always pick the same thing. Just remember that sponsoring thought and remember why you do it. And so, like, do you have what it takes? Yeah. Can you do this? Yeah. Why do I do this? Because I love it. Because it's a labor of love, 100%. Every time you get asked a question, if love is the answer, you're doing the right thing.
Right.
You know,
Yep.
That's all there is to it.
Totally.
So yeah, keep putting dollars in that slot machine, but realize it's not a gamble if you can't lose.
Yeah.
Man, I really got to get onto like Facebook more, I guess. Barely.
What?
I feel like I just missed like a whole thing.
What do you mean?
Like I feel like there was a thing that was posted that people are like calling, like Justin made a post that people are calling him, like asking him like, yo, are you all right? Which like led to like in bipartisan, like this conversation, like the energy of like why we do it, as like almost like an unwritten comment, like, yo, man, this is still me reaching out to you, like, but reminder, like, why do you do this? And maybe this will help alleviate you from this specific problem. I was like, when I get on social media, like and I noticed this during COVID when I was on probation. Like I would make like a positive affirmation post every single day. And it got to the point where like I only got to see the notifications from people who would interact with me on those positive affirmations. To the point where like when I open up Facebook, it's the most positive thing on the planet. Like it'll just go for days on just like funny shit, you know, excellent news about life, the occasional really sad thing, but not like no drama, or like no one's really like feeling posts. And it's like, yo, I don't feel like drained from opening up Facebook today. And today's just one of those days where I just don't have time to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like So like I have a different like at least when it comes to the Facebook and like I have a different social media type of like experience than most, and I've been told that many times. It's like this is one of those times like damn dude, like I'm sorry I missed out on that because I feel like I would have like wanted to chime in on all that.
My shit is literally just cluttered with other bands and venues all day. Management posts.
I don't see other bands on mine.
I constantly do because I'm always searching out venues. So when I search out venues, I start getting it in my feed, and it's because other bands are searching that venue that they're playing at, and blah blah. You know, so
want to trade Facebooks. I mean, I see happy things.
I see lots of videos of children falling down, and that's fun.
What?
Yo, the kid getting uppercut is still like one of my favorite things I've seen.
The video you showed us at rehearsal was still classic. The chick doing the front flip and then hitting her head and gravity. It's still priceless to me.
Oh, that video got me through a good portion of my day today. I promise you that. That and the kid getting uppercutted, man.
Oh.
Allegedly uppercutted. Allegedly.
I watched a midget get chased by a regular sized person, and that always made me laugh, especially when they get down and crawl under a vehicle and the regular person can't do nothing. And they just around the car.
Listen, man, you gotta be PC. You gotta be PC. We're on here, man. It's little person.
Thank you. I was going to say the same thing. It's a little person.
I used to watch Little People Big World, and I would just die like.
Yeah, dude, come on.
Oh, never mind what we say.
Well, I mean,
the laughter.
we all get that dose again when we go down to Firefly. We get to, get into their world for about 12 hours.
Right? Yeah. I'll never laugh again. Well, that's not
I've
true.
never felt so huge in my entire life as I did in that little tiny home. I was just like.
I still think you should have came up there with us.
Dude, it was cozy as hell up there, man.
I trust me, I will be next time, man. We're gonna be all 4 of us, 5, 6 of us up in that thing, sleeping upstairs.
There's gotta be a weight limit up there.
It'd be something, man. Be something. I did want to say, man, we haven't done a podcast since Texas Live, and thank you to everybody who came out, man. We were able to raise $10,000 for the LODD line of duty death, and man, we had a little over 1,300 people come out for that thing, man. It's just epic that you guys all showed up in force. I think the guitar went for like $1,800, $1,900, something like that.
19 was the last number I heard.
And even after like the auction was done, people were coming up making donations at the booth and whatnot. It was awesome. Yeah. I've got the right there. It's blurred out, but that's
I can see it.
That's where the fireman hat is at.
I got my thing right here.
Yeah, I got mine right here.
Yeah, mine's in the
boom.
I mean, if we're showing off coins, I got this real cool Spider-Man one. My other coins on my nightstand.
I'm a big fan of that. Mine's in the drum room. No, I think mine's in a safe place. It's at Don's. Which by the way, we're gonna go over there and we're bringing them like some food. We're gonna drop off some of Don's famous enchiladas.
Where at the Haltom Fire Department?
Mm-hmm.
When?
Thursday.
Dude, I'm in.
Oh wait, is that tomorrow?
No,
it's Wednesday. Woo!
You just gonna drop them off and run, or you gonna drop them off, eat, then run?
Well,
I'm sure we're gonna hang for a little bit.
Give my favorite mustachioed fireman a high five for me. That dude's awesome.
I can do that.
Yeah.
Also, Justin, do you still have the hats?
Yeah, they're in the van.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're in the van. I have one for each of us, so they're all in the van. They're all piled right there in the pile. I think Corey's been hiding them.
Dude, I didn't know we got hats.
Yeah, we got Haltom Fire Department hats.
How many times have we all been in that van?
It got brought up once.
The video.
It got brought up once, and I legitimately did not ask again. But I knew they existed, and I knew that you had them. Yeah. But like once you said you had them, I feel like I never saw them, and I just didn't ask about them. But I got asked about it at that show. Like, hey man, y'all ever get those hats? Like, yeah, man. Oh yeah, that's right. Justin does have them. I just didn't know where they were until you just said, "Oh, they're there." It's like,
I
oh,
was learning about this now. That's awesome. I get a new hat.
Yeah. So Friday, get your Haltom City hat, your Haltom City Fire Department hat. It's in the back seat.
get your hats here.
We hit. I think we've hit. I haven't checked in a while. Let's see. Where are we at on? I want to go see it.
846.
846.
Yep.
Nice. Okay, that's where we're at.
Nice.
846 views. We're gonna run some promos on it this week. But man, that's awesome that is out and running. And then I'm gonna be updating some stuff on there. I've been getting some info together this week for LODD's donation page. I'm gonna have that on there, as well as I'm trying to get every state linked together. So if you know of a state that has a foundation that is for the Maltese Cross, for firefighters, paramedics, EMS, that is a business that takes care of that, drop it in the comments below, please, so that we can get that added to the music video. We want to get that added in there so that when you're watching from wherever you are, there is your state, your province, your country, wherever you're at. That way people can donate to help the local firefighters and paramedics, EMTs, EMS in your area. Another big shout out, something we kind of talked about last time, and I gotta let people know that Paratheory is going to be doing a podcast on this Thursday, and we'll be doing one next week as well. But this week, if you haven't checked out the Paratheory page, make sure you look up Paratheory, and you'll find us over there. It's a paranormal project that I'm a part of. But we released our first episode Friday, and it hit over 12,000 views.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah, congrats.
Yeah, dude, without a promo on it. So I did a promo on it this week, and trying to get out to the masses. But we have our second episode coming out this Friday, and then Thursday night we'll be doing our podcast with Craig and I, where we talk about the episode, the previous episode, and the episode coming up, and some things that we got planned for the future. And part of that is going to involve you three gentlemen coming out and joining us. If we can get it set up. I know Corey's all down. I know AC's like, I don't know. Bob's like, yeah, as long as I don't have
Y'all
to.
are going. Y'all are going.
I ain't afraid no ghost.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah. And if people are wondering why we didn't have Fish and Tristan in here on this one, we were going to have a guest in with us, but he had a show and couldn't make it. So no big deal. It was good just to get the four of us together and talk.
Weird. I had a show, but I still made it.
You had a show?
No. I wouldn't have made this.
I had a performance earlier.
Did it involve a chainsaw?
Man, I'll tell you what, the best part about cutting down a tree is the timber. Is that timber?
Timber.
Deep Thoughts by Corey Weiss.
Timber. Do the next of the Deadwood Revival's next record's called Timber. It's like timber.
No, I'm gonna go out there and cut a little sapling and just push it over. Snip.
Well, thank you guys for joining us on another episode of Blood in the Water. Make sure you check us out at justinrossmusic.com. Come out and see a show. You can find out more info about what we have going on with all of our sponsors, our merch, our calendar that will be up to date by tomorrow. I promise. I'm sorry that I have not stayed up on that. At justinrossmusic.com. And then we're getting ready to do the next thing. Trying to put together the time when we can go up to Colorado and shoot the music video for Bring Me Home. But we're going to start talking really quick about getting into the studio fairly quick to start on this next record. So, thank you guys so much for all your support and everything you guys do for us. It's absolutely amazing. Shout out to all the sponsors, man. We love you guys. And let's dedicate this episode to Haltom. Man, you guys are fucking epic.
You guys are awesome.
Epic.
Yep.
Epic.
You're going Thursday to take them lunch or dinner?
It'll be dinner. Yeah, I think
I'm in.
I think she's trying to get out there like 7 or so.
I'm in. I'll go.
I kind of want to bring my fiddle.
Or you want to bring your fiddle everywhere, dude, which is why I love you. If it's
Everybody loves a nice little hoedown.
And I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah, I feel like I feel like I would criminally like murder that moment right there. So
oh, you wouldn't even say that.
What?
down.
What are y'all trying to
Gonna
turn this
murder the
into?
moment on that hoedown?
All right, guys, I'm returning to a pumpkin. I'm gonna get out of here.
Hold on a
Love you
second.
guys.
I gotta stop this thing. But before everybody gets out of here, thank you guys so much. We'll see y'all next time. Later.
Bye.
Bye.
Ah.